Hi everyone. So I come to share a dream I had on the 7th of this month of October. Um, October 7th, I had a dream in the night and I saw I was in a train with my sister and there were a lot of people and now my sister went to turn on. It was like a radio, very type of very old type of radio, and the radio had a system of like this arrow or pendles, this clock, not digital, it's like with hands, like you know tiny, long one, and there's this short and this middle one. And yeah, the radio had that type of system, and it had so it was a very it was a very difficult thing to describe, and but I heard the time, going like ding, ticking, ticking. You see, that's how those old watch used to sound, like you could hear the second hand going, you could hear it like ticking, that's how I saw it in my dream. And now but the other lady who was very close to her told her, why are you turning on this radio? So the radio had a very nice song, like this these kids, when the kids want go to bed and you have this system of, there's these toys you put, and they have this, instrumental music, only instrumental, and very smooth to help the kids fall asleep. So that's how the song was, you know when the radio was on, the song was like that smooth. And the other lady who was next to her told her, like, this will make the driver of the train fall asleep, so you shouldn't turn it on, and going forward, we were in a train, and the guy who was driving the train, he's someone I knew, when I was a kid. He was a neighbor, and we were friend. We were in a friend kind of, relationship. And the guy called me from the front of the train, like in the cabinet of the train, like, called Abel, called the bell, and I went forward, and he showed me from far how, the bomb went off. It was a nuclear bomb. When I saw the smoke, it looked like a small nuclear bomb. That's how the dream was. Um, and then I woke up. So in this dream, I can say what I understood is, the time is ticking. There is a countdown to a disaster, like a nuclear strike or nuclear war. And it's a sure deal, because the morning when I woke up, the first thing I saw in the news was when Biden said this issue of Ukraine and Russia could go to nuclear war and become an Armageddon, stuff like that. So that was the first thing I saw on my phone, on the news feeds, and I was like, wow, I just saw in my dream this night that, there were like this ticking time type of radio going, and then I was called to witness a strike of a nuclear warhead. And now I just wake up, and now I see the first thing in the news is the president of the United States of America saying the conflict they are somehow involved in will become an Armageddon, So what I can say, there is very short time left for a nuclear war to start. But meanwhile, remember, as always, God said, the time of the end will be as the time of Noah and the time of Lot. People were eating, drinking, marrying, giving marriage until Noah, you know, getting the ark with his family, and um, and then the flood came, so they were spared from the disaster. And also, he said also it would be as the days of Lot. People were building, eating, drinking until Lot got out of Sodom, and then the fire came down. So they were also spared from the destruction. So the same thing, that's where two comparison Jesus gave for him to come. So it's also showing very clearly that there is a people will be, and also in Luke, like 21, the 21st chapter, and verse, I think, 302, something, 4, and going down, Jesus is saying, like, pray and watch, that you may not fall asleep with the pleasure of the world, eating, drinking, uh, and the stresses of life, and that day come to you and cuts you off guard. So because it will cut off guard those people living, on the earth, and no one will be spared, but pray that you may have the strength to stand before the Son of Man. Also in Revelation, Jesus is speaking to one of the churches, saying that, um, uh, because you kept the word of my patience, you were patient, I will also keep you from the hour of tribulation that will come upon the earth. So those verses are showing very clearly that Jesus will spare his beloved church, and also that the day will come without notice. People will be eating, drinking in that type of of life, and then this destruction will come. And also, Jesus is also speaking about the rapture. He's speaking like two people will be sleeping, and two women will be walking in a field, and one will be taken and the other left. So it will be like a type of atmospheric, you know, that is common to people. So there will be no disaster or big sign first. People will be like living their normal lives, and then the rapture, the disappearing will happen. The disappearing will happen, and it's not the sixth seal. Because the sixth seal, the Bible say, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will become as blood, and the stars of heaven will fall down, and people will hide themselves in the dens of the earth, and then they will see the Son of Man coming on the cloud. That's in the tribulation. That's the second coming. So it's very clear. So what I believe is, according to a lot of visions, a lot of revelations God gave us, and also according to these verses and a lot of places in the Bible, the church will be spared. The believers, the patient people, the faithful Christian will be spared, as Lot was, as Noah was, and then the destruction will come. And during the destruction, there is a period of destruction will be going on, and then the Christ who people who mistreated him will see him coming on the clouds. Now is everybody. Now the world is in destruction, in chaos. Now they will see the resurrected Christ coming, and that will be when he will fight the Antichrist and set his kingdom for 1,000 years. So that's what the message I came with to you guys. God is about to show his mercy and to remember us in that particular sense, that we may be spared, we may be taken out of here. And all I can say is just pray to God, as Jesus said, to get the strength to be ready for that. Thank you, and God bless you.